Man, how do you pick a favorite? No, actually, a favorite album was probably our Christmas album because it was all orchestral and they recorded the strings in Prague, and that was just the coolest process to be a part of. But of that album, we got to sing with our cousins. Carol of the Bells was one of the best songs, and the most fun to record. My favorite that we've recorded, that's hard. Here's My Life. I know it probably means most to me. Yeah, sentimental-wise.
I would have to agree. I think it was Carol of the Bells was a really fun one. Anything on the Christmas album was just really fun for us. It's in a musical family, so we were all trained classically. Yeah, of course. Yeah. We're up here, guys, for real. We were all trained classically from the time we were about 6 in piano, and then, you know, just being trained in that and being raised in that atmosphere. And then we just started writing songs for fun. And it really, I know it sounds funny, but it just kind of happened. Like, we ended up playing like 6 concerts in 4 years, and then we got signed. Like, I'm not even kidding. It just happened. So it was one of those things where it was God's hand. We never tried anything. We never forced anything. We never promoted ourselves, never handed out a demo. And it was just God going, this is where I want you. We love music, so it was a perfect fit.
Where's your hometown?
We are born and raised in a town right outside of Chicago, Illinois, so go Bears.
Started taking it seriously.
Oh, taking it seriously. I was 25, maybe a couple hours ago. Gosh, how old? Well, I mean, when we got signed, I was 17, so I think that's when I was like, oh, this is my job.
I would say, though, before that, we worked 40 hours a week before we got signed, because we weren't playing concerts, so, yeah, you're probably like 15, 16 when you're really going at it. So.
What kind of instruments do you play?
What kinds? Well, I play piano and bass, and, yeah, that's about it.
I play, it would have been funny if I would have gone first, but the joke's not funny anymore. I play the drums and I play piano. It's not that funny. I play piano, guitar, bass, ukulele, and a little bit of drums.
What did you do to have that career so young?
We were homeschooled. I was homeschooled the longest. Becca wasn't homeschooled till high school or junior high, unless it was 4th grade. I was kindergarten. No, 1st grade. I went to public school kindergarten. So, but I did graduate early. I graduated when I was 17, and we got signed. We started recording when I was 17, but we got signed on my 18th birthday. So I was done with school then. So yeah.
Right, Lauren, I heard that you got the chance to edit a book.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was a lot of work. Being an editor is something I never thought I would do. But yes, I'll just, I edited a book called Inspired by Tozer, and it comes out November 1st. And what it was A.W. Tozer is one of my favorite authors. And so they found out on Twitter that I liked A.W. Tozer, so I actually got a book deal out of Twitter. So tweet it up, kids. You never know what you're going to get. Book deals, maybe. And so I was an editor of 60 different stories from 60 different authors and NFL players and just different stuff writing about. And my sisters wrote for the book. And so it's just a really cool experience. I don't think I would ever be an editor as a job. It's a lot. It's just a lot of like reading the same story over and over again. But it was totally worth it, and I love that I did it. And so it was a really cool experience. November 1st.
Okay, we're going to do 3 more questions, and then we got over.
Where do you guys each stand on dating now? Because earlier you made a song about not dating, and you guys said you weren't going to date, so where are you guys at now?
Still waiting. No. I mean, for us girls, you know, it was one of those things where, when we were younger, we came out and we were like, you know what? We want to find out who we are. We want to know we want to know our identity. We wanted to know our calling. We wanted to know the vision. And to be honest, recreational dating, I think, is a great distraction for us as teenagers. And so it's something where we're like, I'm not going to go to a guy to tell me who I am. It's going to be more comfortable to go to God and to fast recreational dating, but we're going to take the challenge. We want to do this. So we came out with Average Girl just as a challenge to ourselves, explaining our story, and as a challenge to our generation, saying, hey, what if we didn't date around? Like, what if, because we're not ready to get married at 12 and 13, like, what if we just sought God and found out what we're meant to be and what we're meant to do? And so, yeah, now at our ages, a lot of people are like, well, what are you doing now? You know, it's just one of those things where we're friends with guys, but we just haven't found the right ones yet, you know. We're open to God's timing, and He has great plans for us, and those who hope in God will never be disappointed. So, you know, we're not closed off to the world of men, like hiding ourselves in our houses, or like waiting, like, I'm going to stop living until the guy comes. The FedEx man drops him off at my front door. But, you know, it's just one of those things where we're just walking and being obedient to God every step of the way. And when it happens, when we meet the right ones, we will let everyone know. We will let you all know.
Do you guys get along?
Yeah, actually, it's crazy. We do. We never did when we were younger. We fought terribly. I mean, the fact that Beck and Lauren are sitting next to each other is a miracle. But yeah, we fought horribly as kids. But our parents taught us how to get along, and now we really actually are each other's best friends. And we'll like argue and stuff, but we work through it. It's just different when you're older, I think.
How do you guys feel when you find out how like your music has influenced your fans, like maybe with a specific story, or like it helped them through this part of their hard part in their life or something?
Well, I think what's interesting for us is realizing that, you know, when we started doing this, specifically like Never Alone, when we had written it, we were like, we're never putting that on an album. It's too personal. It's too, you know, it's not finished. It was just our heart's cry. But the Lord started revealing to us that only in our brokenness, and when we share testimonies, and we share the, you know, the hard times of our lives, like that's when God can use it in other people in their hard times. And we've seen, especially with those songs that we've gone really deep and really been struggling in things, and we've written those down and, you know, recorded those songs, we see such an impact in that, because we're all going through the, you know, same things, different walks of life, but we all suffer, you know, have different seasons of pain and different seasons of joy, and it's just awesome to see that we can, you know, that we're all struggling and all surviving the same way. And I love hearing stories, love hearing testimonies. It encourages us to keep writing, honestly, and it encourages us to continue to go deep in our own lives too.
Last question.
Which one of you is the lead singer?
Actually, both of them. They do half and half. You'll see tonight. Yeah.
That's a good plug for the show tonight.
Or sharing, either one. Sharing is good, or the show.
The show. Religion game.